What's up, Pokemon players? Pokemonger back with another online deck profile for you, and today I got a really fun one and pretty dang strong too, to be honest. It's my Creepshow Gengar Latios deck. So let's talk about it. Latios, 110 hit points. For a double colorless energy, can break through, hit for 30 to the active and 30 to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. That's pretty much going to be the main setup attack of this deck, I guess you can say, because we want at least 30 damage on all of our opponent's Pokemon so that we can take one hit KOs with Creepshow. For a Psychic and a Colorless, if your opponent's active Pokemon has 3 or more damage counters on it, that Pokemon is knocked out. So, very powerful attack. Hasn't really gotten going yet in the TCG. But one thing that's really going to help this is the counter energy that just came out in Crimson Invasion. If you're down on the prize count, it counts as basically a double rainbow energy. So very nice. That can charge up Creepshow right away. And you are going to typically be down on the prize count because Latios, only has 110 hit points. And you're going to be getting, OHKO'd pretty frequently, and you're going to be down on the prize count. So that's the whole point of this deck. We do also have one Miraculous Shine SB on the X in here, because we are going to be doing so much spread damage. This can potentially come in handy, devolve a bunch of Pokemon, take a bunch of knockouts at once. Another way we can spread damage is with Potown. Whenever your opponent evolves, they take 3 damage counters. And then we also have a few Bursting Balloon in here. Whenever you get attacked, your opponent takes 6 damage counters. So we spread a bunch of damage with this deck. Just get a bunch of damage into play. That way we can take knockouts with Creepshow very easily, or Miraculous Shine. Let me just say this list is not perfect. I haven't played very much with this, so I don't know really where the wiggle room is to decrease counts of things and increase counts of other things. So this is a rough draft, but I've had quite a bit of success so far with this, so that's why I'm doing a profile on it. I have one Oranguru for the late game in and for more draw power. 4-2-4 line of Gengar with 4 rare candies and 2 timer balls, just sort of help accelerate Gengar into play. I think you have a little wiggle room there with timer ball, but it does help accelerate Gengar into play. 4 Latios, 2 Tapu Lele, get whatever draw supporters we need out of the deck. Also can act as a backup attacker sometimes with the energy drive attack. 2 Field Doors, get rid of stadiums and pools we don't want in play. A Rescue Stretcher, get back the Pokemon we want. 1 Special Charge to get back our special energy. All we play is special energy, 4 counter energies and 4 double colorless, so that's pretty good. I'd like to bump that up to 2 probably. Just not sure what to cut yet. Like I said, 4 Potowns, that's the preferred stadium for this. 4 Ultra Ball, get whatever Pokemon we need. 2 Bridget, first turn, get out all the basics we need. 2 Guzma, could probably up that to 3 as well. Yeah, I'd like to up that to 3, but 2 Guzma, select what Pokemon we want to hit. 3 in, I'd like to bump this up to 4. But a 3-4 in Sycamore line for draw support, I would like that to be 4-4. 3 Bursting Balloon, I think we do have a little wiggle room here too, so probably Bursting Balloon and Timer Ball, you have wiggle room to, edit the list and make it better. 2 Float Stones, give yourself a free retreat on whatever you don't want to pay retreat on. And the nice thing is, Gengar has a free retreat, so we can kind of use only 2 in here, 2 Float Stones, and still get away with it. And then, like I said, 4 counter energy. This is going to act as a double colorless, or a double rainbow, whenever we're down on the prize count. Otherwise, it's just a colorless. And then 4 DCEs. And that's the deck. So if you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment and I'll get back to you right away. Otherwise, enjoy the match. Alright, so let's get into a match here. Looks like I mulliganed my first hand. And now I'm going up against Zoroark Golisopod, which just won London Intercontinentals, so very cool. Pretty good matchup here. Tough matchup for sure. My opponent gets to go first. Start Zorua, has a benched Golisopod, and looks like they have to Mallow right away. Possibly in a dead hand for now, at least for this turn. So I'm just gonna end anyway, so it doesn't really matter. One thing to note that's kind of unfortunate here is all of his, well, his Zoroark GXs are going to be resistant to me, so he's only going to take 10 damage instead of that 30 that I need, so that's kind of a setback, but we'll deal with it. He does go ahead and get the Field Blower right away to get rid of my Stadium prior to evolving and getting rid of my Bursting Balloon so he doesn't have to take damage by attacking into that. He Ultra Balls a couple cards away and gets his Zoroark GX into play. So he's starting out much faster than me. Looks like I also have a dead hand right now, which is unfortunate. Yep. Okay, he attaches DCE to Golisopod and ends, which is really good for me because I was in a dead hand right there. And he's going to go ahead and ride his speeding for only 60 damage, so I do get to survive that attack. I go ahead and looks like I play another Potown, and I do go ahead and Sycamore this hand away, so I attach Counter Energy before that, and then I could choose to confuse with Ghastly's ability, but I choose not to because I do just want to go ahead and get this. I don't want to risk. I'll have to confuse myself with that too. I believe it confuses both. Maybe not because I'm psychic, but I think it does. So I really just wanted to ensure I get the 30 damage on that benched Zorua. So he attaches Rainbow Energy to Golisopod. I did get two Ghastlys into play there. So Gengar is going to be ready to go soon, and he does have enough. Okay, he's going to take the KO with First Impression. Alright, very good. So I do have the Creepshow Gengar in hand for the return KO. Here's one thing about this deck that's you kind of got to play around, is the fact that now I'm going to be up on the prize count, and Counter Energy is only going to count as a colorless energy until he goes back up on the prize count. So that's kind of one setback. The Counter Energy obviously is very good, but it's not broken good. So I am going to have to wait until he goes back up on the prize count before that counts as 2 energy. He does Enhanced Hammer my double colorless on my Latios, which is, I kind of didn't want to play that down yet, but I went ahead and did it, and it did not. It did backfire on me, so there goes my DCE. You can just free retreat Gengar, and I could have free retreated Gengar and used Latios for this next turn, since Counter Energy isn't doing anything, but he did go ahead and get that Enhanced Hammer, so I'm set back now for sure. Oh, Gengar is weak. Yep, that's right. So I do get one hit KO'd, and I know I have the Rescue Stretcher in there to re-evolve into Creepshow for the free retreat, so I do go ahead and promote Ghastly. Bench another, or what I've been calling Haunter Ghastly. Okay, so I bench Ghastly, evolve Haunter into Gengar, and now I'm kind of, this is where I make a big misplay. For some reason I think that I can Sinister Fog here and put that 3rd damage counter on the active, and then a damage counter to all of his benched. For some reason I forgot that, you know, Counter Energy only counts as a colorless energy right now. I have it in my head right there that it counts as any energy at just 1. So that was a big misplay. I pretty much set myself back a turn there. And go ahead and Sycamore pretty much what was a dead hand. I did have to Sycamore a couple Lele's as well, which is unfortunate. So I free retreat the Gengar in hopes that he won't be able to knock it out. Yeah, and that was a big misplay. I thought I would be able to Sinister Fog there. I knew that I couldn't Creepshow, but for some reason I thought I could Sinister Fog. He ends, draws a couple more cards with Zoroark. And I did have to discard my special charge already at this point in the game, so I can't get my special energy back at this point. Pretty much the energy I lose is gone for good at this point. He gets rid of another Pokemonger, takes knockout on my Ghastly. I have Rare Candy Gengar in hand, so that's got a free retreat now. I do have DCE and Latios, so I can go ahead and retreat, put the third counter, or I mean the third damage counter that I need on this active Zoroark, and 3 to the benched Zorua. So all of his Zoroarks and Zoruas have 3 damage counters on them now, besides that new one that he just benched. So Creepshow is going to be an option. He plays a second Enhanced Hammer, so I lose 2 special energies so far this game, 2 Enhanced Hammers, which is unfortunate. Yeah. Otherwise, I had to play those ones though. Otherwise, I would have just Sigmored him away. So he gets into a second Zoroark GX and takes the 1 hit on my Latios. He does take the Bursting Balloon damage, which is somewhat. It's worth noting because now I can use Miraculous Shine to take out his active and benched Zoroark GX. But I do just go ahead and Creepshow the active. He is going to get a 1-hit counter, a 1-hit return KO here. Basically, I have 1 counter energy left in the deck at this point. He benches a Wind Pod and attaches Rainbow Energy to it and OH KOs me. So I just need to thin down my hand here, draw as many energy as I can off of Oranguru to try to get into that final counter energy somehow. So I need either counter energy or Sycamore. Go ahead and pull out something, just thinning out my deck here. Bench that. I don't want to pull any of that, so I can maximize Instruct. And I do get both Sycamore and counter energy off that Instruct, so pretty good. I can go ahead and Creepshow for the final 2 prizes of this match, and that ended up being a really close game. Very fun game. And even though I made quite a few misplays there, I still was able to take down one of the best decks in the format. So it kind of goes to show you the power of this Latios Gengar Creepshow deck. But like I said, it's not perfect. Edits can definitely be made to the list to make it a little better. But that's it for now. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.